Hi, this is Stadium Steve. Today we are in Louisville, Kentucky at Churchill Downs, home of the Kentucky Derby. I want to be the first to admit that I really know very little about horse racing or about this venue, but I figured since I just toured the Louisville Slugger Bat Factory, might as well come over here as well. I would also encourage you to review my video on the Louisville Bat Factory. But as you can see, the outside or facade of the Churchill Downs is very, very beautiful, including a statue of Barbaro in the front. While you're here, you can also see a retired Kentucky Derby racehorse. As well as a miniature horse that keeps the racehorse company. Okay, coming here to Churchill Downs, one thing you can do is obviously visit the museum, and part of the museum is you get a tour of the venue. So here we are walking into Churchill Downs. Okay, here we are actually at trackside, and you can see the track, really nothing special. The seating arrangements, again, nothing spectacular. The highlight of the seating are the box seats there up above. But I'll be the first to admit that it does get very, very hot and humid here in Kentucky, and there is very, very little shade. And actually being out here in the open was extremely hot and humid on this day, so we actually had to go up underneath the awning to get a little bit of shade. So you can imagine how hot and humid it could get on an actual race day. And here we are up underneath the awning, and actually this seemed like it was almost as good a seats, if not better, than being closer to the track. And one thing about these seats is they actually are very comfortable compared to your standard stadium seats. Okay, here we are inside the actual museum. And like I said, I know very little about horse racing, so I really couldn't necessarily appreciate all the displays here. But I encourage you that if you are a fan of horse racing or the Kentucky Derby, I encourage you to come over here to Churchill Downs. Okay, one thing the kids will definitely love is there is actually a Kentucky Derby simulation. As you can see here, you can ride the horse and actually participate in your own race, which the kids definitely enjoy. Okay, here's some more exhibits on Secretariat and some other parts of the museum. But because I know very little about this venue, like I said, this will conclude my short synopsis of Kentucky Derby or the Churchill Downs. I encourage you to come here if you have any appreciation in horse racing. Otherwise, I will see you on the next one.